Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to The Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real relevant and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. How are you, Rodney and Candace, over there?
We're doing well. How about yourself?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. I know y'all are doing good. Y'all are in the same bubble. You could have chosen to be in two separate bubbles, but you are united as one, right in the same bubble. That says a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not a joke. I'm so serious. That says so much about you all and you wanting to be close together as you go on this journey and this mission together. So I'm so honored to be able to have you both with us today here on the Kim Jacobs Show after a long holiday weekend, right?
Yeah. Right. And it's a pleasure being on your show. Yeah. And thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you for the invite. We've been watching a lot of the different episodes for the Kim Jacobs Show and just kind of learning a lot about others. So I think that this is a wonderful platform that you've created to just kind of share your gift with the world. So thank you.
Oh, okay. Now, look, the show is not about me today, even though I'm like, carry on. Like, you know, you can get lost in it, right?
Right.
By all means, thank you so much. And to God be the glory for everything that he's doing. And I never want to minimize what God is doing through my life and through your lives as well. So listen, everyone, grab your virtual seats right here on the Kim Jacobs Show and tag your friends. Invite at least 10 or so friends to be a part of the studio audience. We're talking today with Rodney and Candace Richardson, and they're the founders of Cohort 1986. So I'm going I have a t-shirt to prove it to you.
Yes.
I love it. Thank you. Let me tell you a little bit about them individually, and then we're going to learn more about how they united and how they formed Cohort 1986 and what that means for you as you're tuning in today. Rodney Richardson is a business professional specializing in financial services. He has worked for Fortune 100 companies and Fortune 500 companies, providing best-in-class service and optimization of business analytics. He is a native of Charleston, South Carolina, and a graduate of Clemson University, political science major. Way to go. Okay. Rodney is currently enrolled at American University, Masters of Sports Analytics and Management with research interest in leadership and the evolution of diversity in C-suite sports and analytics. You all would notice about Rodney if you weren't tuned in right this second on the Kim Jacobs.
You would not.
I mean, I've heard you all as well, and I've heard your platforms. I do not get to hear this robust bio here. Rodney currently works for one of the largest banks in the United States of America. Why don't you tell me that backstage? As a business analyst specializing in evaluating business impact. Yeah. That's why this man knows what he's doing when it comes to Cohort 1986, y'all. If you already can tell that this is going to be a great conversation, put a 1 in the comments. Rodney is involved in community charity initiatives, as well as the co-founder of the podcast Under Construction. Wow. Welcome, Rodney. I know you're in the dual bubble, but we welcome Rodney component of the bubble, okay? Now, Candace Richardson has just as robust of a intro here as well. She is a diversified business professional specializing in training, strategic planning, and change management. Candace has worked on various large-scale transformation initiatives for Fortune 100 companies, Fortune 500 companies, government entities, and one of the largest stock exchanges in the world, y'all. Oh, Candace has conducted international business and travels worldwide, bringing a wealth of knowledge and experience with multicultural teams, diverse hires, and talent development. She's a native of South Carolina as well, a graduate of the University of South Carolina, a Bachelor's of Arts, Sociology at Strayer University, Master's of Business Administration Management. She's currently enrolled at the University of North Carolina in Charlotte. Hey, my son goes there. In the Doctorate of Business Administration program with research interest in leadership, mentorship, and the optimization of business continuity planning. She's currently worked for the oldest and largest stock exchange company. Why did I know all of this until I'm crazy?
I try to be kind of low key.
You're low key.
Yeah.
It's like what? Okay, it's the largest stock exchange company in the world, y'all. Not in Charlotte, not in South Carolina area, in the world, as a production manager specializing in team build-outs, skills development, productivity improvements. In addition to her BAU responsibilities, she is heavily involved in service in and outside of the organization, and she serves as the co-lead for the Black Employees Inspiration Network Group, which is being Mentoring Exchange, mentor for EXCO Reverse Mentoring, focus groups, and other charity initiatives. The reason I'm reading this, welcome, Candace Richardson. You know what?
Thank you.
The reason I read it like this in its entirety is because you all are leading this initiative, which I know personally that there are over 15,000 members as a part of the Black Business Owners of Charlotte under the direction of Cathay Dawkins.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we shout out to BBOC.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so there are so many businesses that are learning and gleaning from what you're sharing. And so I want us to learn more about Cohort 1986. But before you tell us about Cohort 1986, I want to know about how you two met first. That is important.
Ladies first.
I'm gonna let Rodney tell the story.
Randomly one day, I was in the epicenter when the epicenter was a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
No more.
No.
And I saw her, and went up to talk to her, exchanged numbers, and we became boyfriend and girlfriend. I was traveling to Columbia every week to see her, and she was traveling to Charlotte.
Yeah.
And then she moved up here, and then
Got
10 years later, we're here.
Got married.
Got engaged, got married, and we're here.
Okay. So I'm gonna let one of my sons hear this piece right here, because you just out the blue saw her and you were like, hey, you gotta elaborate a little bit more. How
I mean, just kind of me personally, I'm not really I'm an introvert in a way.
Yeah.
But when I see something I like, I'll say something. And so we just kicked it off, talk, and exchanged numbers, and just texting back and forth, realizing, hey, we got a lot of things in common.
A whole lot. Like y'all been growing up from childhood, planning your future together since y'all were.
Now, the one thing we don't have in common is he went to Clemson and I went to USC. That's a big no-no.
Yeah, that's right. Stuff going on.
Yeah, and I'm the black sheep of the family. I'm the only one that went to Clemson. Everybody
else went to
South
USC.
Carolina. Yeah,
that's funny. Now, how did you know, Candace, that he was the one? I mean, this guy that approaches you at the epicenter, and he's like, "Hey, Drew."
Right. And that's the thing. Like, I used to do these little random like getaways where I would just kind of come up from Columbia just to kind of spend some time away by myself, even though I lived in Columbia by myself. But sometimes it's just good to get away. But before we met, like I had been talking to some people, and then something just said, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done with the people that I'm talking to. I'm done with what I'm, these situationships that I was in. And I just cut it off. I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. And for me, it was like, I'm taking back control of my life. You know, I'm asking God to put the person that needed to be in my life. And then we just happened to meet, and I was just like, okay, whatever. He'll call me, he'll text me, might let him take me on a date or two. But you know, I wasn't looking for anything. I honestly was not looking for anything. And then it was just like we connected, and I was like, you know, he okay. He all right with me. You know,
Right.
and then we just kind of he just kept calling. He wouldn't go away. I was like, man, why can't I run him off like I run everybody else off?
Aw.
But yeah, I just, it was just something special about our connection. And I just knew that he was the one for me.
Oh, I saw your whole shoulder blade go up when you said, "He's the one for me." That's so awesome. Well, and now we have this union. How many years later you said?
8.5 would be 9 in October.
10 years next year.
10
And you're
years next
still
year.
sitting in the same bubble.
It wasn't always like this.
Look, we didn't reshape this bubble.
Oh, that's funny. That's
I
funny.
mean, a lot of times when you marry, you grow as a person too. You never
do.
stop growing, and you always have to kind of relearn each other as you grow.
Yeah.
And you got to make that commitment to learn each other.
Yeah.
And
I
so
love it.
something we had to learn
Yeah.
too.
And just, you know, we growing up together too. You know, we got married when we were what,
24, 25?
Yeah, 24, 25. And
25, yeah. 25.
were we 25 or 26?
25.
25. Okay. Yeah. So we got married kind of young, you know, when most people are still kind of hanging out, going out, and, you know, a lot of single friends and that type of thing. So for us, we were the first out of like our group of friends to get married. So now everybody's looking at us like, man, how long y'all been married? And
I remember going.
I remember going to y'all's wedding, and then now we're going to everybody else's wedding.
Mhm.
So people really look up to us like, hey, you know, what makes a marriage work? And we're like, communication.
Communication. Y'all hear it right here from Candace and Rodney. They're saying communication is the number one thing to make your marriage work from their perspective. So put that in the comments. We're going to pop that up there and make sure you hashtag communication is key. Okay. Yeah. So we're talking with Rodney and Candace, who are married for 8.5 years and have shared their wedding song with me backstage, having it towed down. I played the song and had all teary-eyed and emotional.
Oh God.
It was so beautiful, so beautiful. What's your wedding song? Tell us.
So High, John Legend.
Man, I'll take you to the moon, baby. It
was between that or Love Ballad, LTD.
Yeah, I love that song.
And so
I'm gonna listen to that too today because I hadn't even known. But That's So High is everything. You
listen to the words and
you still high. You happy. You on a cloud. You can't come down because of the love. And they were over there like I had to take myself off the screen.
Yeah,
y'all.
she left us.
She left us here.
Yeah, I let them be like this for a minute because I was like, okay, they need this room. I was like, okay, it's getting too hot up in this environment. Listen, y'all, I am so glad to have Rodney and Candace Richardson here with me today. We wanted to just talk a little bit about your personal lives, and I see a lot of comments coming in. Good morning to you, Diana. I see a ones, and yes, you want to hear more. And good morning to you, Sandy, and all of you that are coming in. Listen, I put this link right here if you would like to come onto the screen and directly say something to Candace or to Rodney. All you have to do is click on that link. It'll bring you right into the broadcast and you'll get a chance to just say something to them head to head or ask your question directly. We have our flash rounds and you can ask specific questions during that time. Somebody said, good morning. Wow, Rodney and Candace, cohort. Courtney Jacobs, my brother, he says, listen, love Black Love. He has a program called The Black or the Berry. So y'all got to go and check that out. The Black or the Berry, Courtney Jacobs. Wow. And he also has Courtney Wellness Companion. Wow. And that's with 2 E's, Courtney, COURTNEE, Wellness Companion. And that is this whole wellness overhaul
Wow.
where you're getting an opportunity to go and get healthier with companions on
Yeah.
the journey. And so right now this month we're doing a Go Green challenge. So we're incorporating a bunch of greens and
Great.
vegetables into our daily. So check that out. That's Courtney Jacobs. And Courtney, put your link. I'll put it up there for you at some point. Let's see.
Yeah.
Communication is key. Without communication, you have nothing, one of the Facebook users said. And I see you saying, amen, Diana. All right, everybody. Listen, we're talking with Rodney and Candace Richardson. We're going to get into some meat of the matter here. We're going to be talking about Cohort 1986 in great detail right after this commercial break. Go ahead and make sure you tag your friends and your family, your coworkers. Let them know they don't want to miss the information that's going to be shared right after this commercial break. Okay, we're going to learn more about Snow Legal right now.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, everyone. Make sure when you reach out to Snow Legal that you let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. You literally don't want to assume that they can't handle your situation, because he recently won a huge case of a situation where the young man had been wrongfully accused and convicted of murder and spent 5 years in prison. And now he's reunited with his family, all thanks to attorney Kenneth D. Snow and his law firm, Snow Legal Group. So if you're in the Charlotte area or you're in the South Carolina area from his hometown, reach out to them, 704-358-0026 or info@snowlegal.com. All right, we're talking with Candace and Rodney right here from Cohort 1986. Tell us what Cohort 1986 is.
Yeah, so Cohort 1986 is definitely a brainchild of, Rodney likes to say, me.
That's brains.
Yeah.
That's brains.
See, that's why y'all needed y'all separate bubble right there. Now his hands all in your face, and he like, that's not that right there. Go ahead.
But honestly, it was really both of us. We saw a need in the community. We also saw a need in corporate. We saw a need in high schools. We just saw the need for mentorship. We saw the need for people to understand more about different careers, to have that exposure. And that was something that neither one of us had.
No.
Growing up, I'm from a very small town, maybe 60,000 people. Most of the people in my town, my grandfather was the first African-American lieutenant in my town. My grandmother owned a salon. My mom worked at the bank. So it wasn't a lot of exposure to other occupations. I went to the dentist, but I didn't know any dentists. It was just something that we thought about, that, what if we had been exposed to, all of these different occupations?
Yes.
What route would your life have went in? And so together we were just kind of like, we haven't seen this. So we started Cohort 1986 really to just kind of bridge that knowledge gap, and to provide knowledge, inspiration, and perspective. Because everyone has a story, and everyone's story is very unique.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one right way to do anything. If someone tells you that, they're wrong.
That's right.
There is no step-by-step for any job. If people tell you that, that's also incorrect.
Right.
So, Rodney, what else about Cohort 1986?
Like Candace said, we didn't have that access to that network growing up.
Right.
I didn't know Black lawyers, Black doctors, Black engineers. I didn't know that was in the scope of things that I could do.
Mm.
I'm gonna say this, but most of my family, they were kind of average level jobs and unskilled trades and stuff like that. But going to college, I had access to a vast network, and Candace has access to vast network as well. And,
Yes.
and I talked to her, and I'm like, we might as well utilize our network.
Yeah.
We know doctors, we know lawyers, we know teachers,
Engineers,
administrators, counselors,
lawyers,
everything. And so we just kind of called on everybody and just explained our vision to them, and they bought into our vision. And we wanted just to kind of do informal mentorship, just to expose
I love it.
people to different professions and have them tell their stories while celebrating them for making it from their situation.
Yes.
That's so good. That's so good. I mean, that right there, I don't know if y'all can put some hand clap emojis in here. That would be a moment that we would just stop and give applause, because I salute you all and thank you for the vision that God put inside of you to be able to help other little African-American girls and boys that now don't have to have that as an excuse that they don't have someone, because we can look at cohort 1986 and pull and glean from your resources is what I'm hearing, right?
Right.
And the other thing is, in school, I've been looking at mentorship. I've been looking at sponsorship. In those different areas. And, when you really start to dig into the research, there's not a lot of information about diversity. There's not a lot of information about African Americans and studies of, how does mentorship work with African Americans? Is there a different approach that needs to be taken? Mostly you see Caucasians in these studies. So, there's another lack of information that, biasness has been built off of. Right. So most of the mentorship programs that you're seeing, they're built on literature that does not necessarily consume and is available to everyone. So that's another reason why I've kind of decided to kind of go a different route with my PhD program. So I'm actually going to be doing leadership development. And the reason why is because I saw that lack, not only in corporate, but, also in the community, that a different approach needs to be taken to leadership. Every single one of us, when we wake up in the morning, we're all leaders. You're leading yourself, you're leading your kids, you're leading your household, and so forth. And a lot of people don't even realize their own power.
That's right.
People are so dependent on titles. Oh, my title is I'm the director of, I don't know, the tree shop, or
like my grandma said, that's about the size of.
Right. But we get so caught up in titles that we forget who we are.
Right.
And so it's even a reminder for myself is that we have to remember who we are when we get up every day. We have to remember that it's our responsibility to bring others along. And it's something that I've always done within my career, working with others and, mentoring other people that look like me, to get them in that position, because it's like, I shouldn't be the only one in this room. I'm not the smartest person. I'm not the most intelligent, but it shouldn't just be one.
Wow. I love it. I love it. Courtney said that it can be an equalizer for those who do not have the framework or the resources based on what you're saying, as far as the mentorship and the networking. This can really help quite a few people. And powerful. We need to all help each other is what Diana is saying.
Yeah, that's my mom.
Then that's very different. You have to tell me that's your mom. I'm so happy to have you on here, Ms. Diana. Thank you for being in the virtual studio audience today of the Kim Jacobs Show, and thank you for birthing this wonderful vessel here, which is Miss Candace. We appreciate it. And look at Rodney over there. I know you a proud mother-in-law, because he over here, he giving her props and everything. You're trying to get some brownie points, Miss Diana, just so you know. You're trying to get some brownie points over there.
Probably trying to get some cookies.
She gave me a gift card for some cookies. I'm a cookie monster.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, then we have to connect. And y'all are in Charlotte too?
Yes.
Have y'all heard of crumble cookies?
Yep.
Oh,
She gave me a
gosh.
gift card to
That's where
Crumble.
my mom thinks.
$25.
Now, Crumble, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if y'all watching this Crumble cookie, y'all need to be a sponsor of the Kim Jacobs Show and Cohort 1986. We are giving y'all nice shout outs because we all love a chocolate chip cookie from Crumble. Isn't that good?
Crumble. Woo.
Woo. Okay, anyway, let's stay focused on the business at hand, not about
Yes,
no
ma'am.
cookie, right? But I'll be
Yes.
all over there. I'll meet y'all. Anyway, listen, we're talking with Rodney and Candace Richardson. Already you can tell the importance of mentorship. In a nutshell, what would you say the importance of mentorship is from your perspectives?
The importance of mentorship to me is basically just kind of you're helping each other. I firmly believe in like reaching back to pull others up. I believe in collaboration over competition. If I can help you get to where you are, you can help me get somewhere else later. It's bridge building.
I love it.
It's very important. I mean, because you kind of realize the strength that's within you. Like, for instance, I had a young man reach out to me for mentorship about a few weeks ago, and I never really kind of realized how much I've done in my career.
Did you not hear that?
I've never realized how much I've done, and then just talking to him and just kind of just explaining everything to him, it gave me a sense of like, man, I've done a lot. I need to be more proud of what I've done. I may not be where I want to be, but I coming from where I came from, it's pretty far.
Right. I love it. I love what you're saying. And so being able to reach back and helping somebody come to where you can help them, even if it's to the point where you are now, you can help them get there. And Candace?
Yeah. For me, I think mentorship is the most important thing that we can do on this earth. If you think about it, if you're planting a seed, someone has to cultivate it, whether it's you or whether it's someone else. But in order for those seeds to keep getting planted, someone has to be there to show you how to continue that cycle.
That's wonderful. And it reminds me often of how important it is to identify some people that we're going to like pass the baton to, that we're going to say that I wrote a chapter in a book recently. And one of the things that I said is I have a personal desire to make sure that I identify a set amount of people that I personally am pouring into and saying, I believe in you. I want to help you, not just where I'm just throwing out money or nothing like that, but what can I do to make your life be one that you're proud of as you go on your journey. But maybe nobody was there to help you at that level, or you don't feel like you have the people that know what you think they should know to help you. Well, I want to help you at whatever level I can, bring you to wherever I know I am at this point. And then together we can find a mentor that can help take us both to the next level, because then at that point I feel like I'm leaving some kind of legacy. And I'm saying here, I'm going to leave this earth. We're all going to leave this earth.
Right.
Who is going to be able to say that Kim, Candace, Rodney officially helped me become where I am today? That's very important to me. I do that with my children too. We have weekly family meetings and we analyze what resources each of them have each gleaned from that week. And then we share those resources with each other. And that is something that makes a world of difference, because I learned stuff. I wouldn't be able to read all of those books and stuff in the same week, but the pages that they've read in them, I'm learning how to apply those to my life.
Wow.
So it makes a big difference. It makes a huge difference. So listen, we're talking with Rodney and Candace Richardson from Cohort 1986. If you have specific questions, we're having a conversation. Type your questions in right here in the virtual studio audience. We're going to get those questions answered right after this commercial break. I'm so glad that you all are here with us today.
I'm glad you invited us
And had us here.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Okay, listen, everybody, we're going to learn more about an upcoming summit that's taking place. It's the Power Up Summit. If you have not heard about the Power Up Summit, I'm going to let you hear from the founder herself, the visionary, and then I will share with you the website of where you can register. Free, y'all, free.
Wow.
July 14th through the 18th. and it's going to be a free virtual conference. Let's hear from Kern Cherry now.
Did somebody say power up? I'm your host and creator of Power Up International Virtual Summit, coming to you July the 14th through the 18th. Yes, I'm Kern Cherry, your butts in the seat queen, and I want to encourage you to join us on that international stage as a speaker, vendor, sponsor, panelist. Join us right now. Go to powerupsummit.com, powerupsummit.com, and join us right now. Register so that you can be a part of the 5-day conference, 5-day summit coming to you in July the 14th through the 18th, powerupsummit.com. Register right now. It is free. Of course, we are going to be bigger and even better. Powerupsummit.com. I'm Kern Cherry, host, creator, and visionary behind powerupsummit.com. Register right now, powerupsummit.com.